Greetings and welcome to the 7th review in our Christmas sample series. Today we're going to talk about a cigar that has been quite popular on our Friends of Urbanos forum in 2017, and not for reasons that you would normally think of. The cigar, of course, I'm talking about is the H. Upmann Petit Corona. I'll give you a look at it. I've gone ahead and lit it up. It's an iconic Vitola. It's a 42 ring gauge by 129 millimeters long. Let me just draw on it. Now, the reason why it's been so popular on our forum is the very fact that the announcement of its deletion in January 2017. Now, surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, this H. Upmann Petit Corona, believe it or not, wasn't a big seller. In fact, I doubt that it was ever a big seller. I remember talking to Alex Groom, who runs Cuban Cigar website, just recently up in Havana, about his really funny blog, Dusky Beauties, which I hope that you start up very soon again, Alex, next year. We love reading those funny stories, but he had one story where he was talking about the amount of H. Upmann cigars in people's inventories, because when you register on Cuban Cigar website, you can stock take your inventory, as I do, and I really use it. It's a very valuable tool, and I love it. And he wrote in this blog that in the H. Upmann marker, the most popular cigar, this is in late 2015, the most popular cigar in all the inventories that were registered on the site was, I believe, the H. Upmann Half Corona, which was the 8th most popular. The 9th most popular was the H. Upmann Magnum 46. I think the H. Upmann Royal Robusto was 22nd, and even the H. Upmann Connoisseur number 1 was 25th. Now, if you want to know where the H. Upmann Petit Corona fell, it was languishing way down in 81st. That's a big difference from, say, I would say the Monte Cristo number 4 would have been somewhere in the top 10, 15 for sure, which is this cigar is often compared to. But now that it's been deleted, I guess people have had time to reflect and looking to buy this up, and I've actually smoked it in the meantime, and it's had more notoriety and reputation, and I believe deservedly so. The one thing that we need to realize about H. Upmann, and this is a generalization that I do believe holds true, in the last 3 or 4 years, when polls have been conducted on Friends of Urbanos, which marker is the most popular marker or the most numerous marker in your humidor, the one marker that tends to come up the top is H. Upmann. And I think the reason for that is H. Upmann, the characteristic that defines H. Upmann is that distinctive Upmann shortbread combined with an espresso coffee flavour. And amongst the Vitolas, you get different variations of it. I myself, I love them. This cigar I'm smoking has it. I love it. Really enjoying this. One thing I look for in H. Upmann that I enjoy even more is when they're aged. When that H. Upmann shortbread comes out more to the fore, and there's the defining flavour in it, the dominant flavour. Uh, in the case of the H. Upmann Connoisseur, and I was speaking about this in the last review very briefly on the Fonseca, what was it? No, the fifth review on the Punch Punch 48. I was just talking about it briefly, how uh, gorgeous that cigar is for such a young cigar, because it reminds me of an H. Upmann. And this H. Upmann Petit Corona, because it's not a cigar that has been that popular in the past, and hence why I suppose it's been deleted. I guess maybe not many enthusiasts would have taken this type of cigar and aged it long term. I'm talking over 5 years. But a couple of years ago, I was fortunate enough to acquire a box of ROA September 2006 aged H. Upmann Petit Coronas, and I split them with some other Australian enthusiasts, and I wanted to take the opportunity to say a big hello to Mr. Glass, Nick. It's great to see you up at a marathon, and we were talking about this very subject, how we split. You had a split of the H. Upmann Petit Corona with me, and we were saying how much we love them. In fact, they'd be up there as one of my very favourite aged cigars. Why? Because that shortbread just knocked me out, and the mildness. Now that I'm smoking this, it's still fairly young. It's only a year old. So they're a more fuller-bodied cigar, no less enjoyable. In fact, this would be meaningful in my rating. You need about a good 2-3 years before they go to medium, I guess, and minimum 5, 6, 7 years before they start to get into that range that I was just talking about, where you get a really quality aged Upmann shortbread that's just so beautiful. What other adjective could you use? When I had that split, I probably had about 13 or 14. I went through in about 2 months, so they were gorgeous. Look forward to every single one that I smoked. Every single one was fantastic. I wish I had another box, but hey, I learnt my lesson when they got deleted. I made sure that I stocked up, and I'm sure that some of you have too, and you won't. I don't think you will regret it in any way. In fact, I'm going to make a big call here, and I'm going to say that there was one other deleted Petit Corona in the last 10 years, and again, sadly, the Petit Corona has been deleted. Quite a few of the cigar vitolas that we've been talking about in the review series have been deleted in the last 10 years, and the Petit Corona is hasn't been left out of the party, sadly. But there's about 6 or 7 regular productions left, and 2 new ones this year with Romeo and Juliet, Club Kings, and Partagas Capital, I think, which are like retro Petit Coronas, which personally I'm shocked that Urbanos has brought these out in this size, but anyway, it's another story. But going back to what I was talking about, there's one particular Petit Corona that was never a big seller in any way, and it was deleted in 2010. Of course, I'm talking about the Diplomaticos number 4. And enthusiasts that talk about it now, after, the fact they've been deleted in 2010, now you pick up a box that's 6, 7 years old. If you're lucky enough, you smoke it. They're glorious, and I've had my few. And boy, if someone offered me one, I wouldn't hesitate to have one right now. They're gorgeous. They're beautiful cigars. This H. Upmann Petit Corona is, in 6 or 7 years' time, in my opinion, it's going to be today's Diplomatica number 4. And if you have a box and you share them out to fellow enthusiasts who don't have any, I think you'll know what I mean. But you've got to wait some significant time. I'm very confident in what I'm saying. These are going to age beautifully, like a lot of H. Upmann. It's just a cigar that really lends itself to aging. I guess it's a generalisation to say that aging aids cigars, but something about the H. Upmann short blend espresso coffee, that blend, as it ages, it becomes milder. Gorgeous. That's all I could say. If you haven't procured yourself a box, do everything you can to find it. If you can get 2 boxes, smoke one now if you like the fuller flavoured cigars, and rest one away. But whatever you do, find a way to rest them is my tip. You won't regret it. But anyway, I'll keep smoking through this cigar. Gorgeous. I haven't gone that far through it, but yeah, fantastic cigar. Very sad that it's diluted. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'm going to join you again with some guests, which I'm really looking forward to, and some other iconic cigars. Until next time, happy smoking.